Guys, Dr. Morse, injury experts. So we are heading into week 4. Last night's game was a little crazy. JSN didn't get any yards in the first half at all, and then had a really solid game, but Vegas always wins. His over-under was 79.5. He finished with 79. Same with Trey Benson. His over-receiving yards was 19.5. Depending on when you got it, he finished with 19. Let's see if we can do better on Sunday. Now, there's a ton of injuries heading into week 4. There's about 82 to 83 guys that I am monitoring. I'm going to run through many of them right now. Starting with quarterbacks, Cam Ward banged up with an ankle and a calf injury, not overly concerning. He's just struggled in general. Mac Jones probably going to serve as the backup this week with that re-injury to the PCL sprain as Brock Purdy gets reactivated with his right turf toe and his left mild AC sprain. Overall, Brock Purdy is going to probably pick up where he left off, and no concerns overly regarding his foot. He will have a little bit of re-injury risk. J.J. McCarthy obviously out. Jaden Daniels was ruled out, as I suspected yesterday. They're erring on the side of caution, and as we will find out, he won't have Terry McLaurin as well. Justin Fields is good to go for Monday night down here in Miami. And Baker Mayfield, although he may struggle a smidge despite playing having a really good matchup, really good game, I expect him to play with that right bicep injury. Heading into the running backs, Najee Harris, James Conner, and Tyrone Tracy obviously all done. Tyrone Tracy probably going to miss 2 to 3, maybe 4 weeks. Chuba Hubbard, probably a game time decision, quite risky with his calf issue, similar to Ted McMillan. Be careful with him. But, Rico Dowell may end up getting a little bit more work against the Patriots. JCM, a.k.a. Bill, is good to go for Sunday. They will not have Terry McLaurin or Jaden Daniels, but they will have Bill. He tweaked his knee and missed Wednesday and Thursday practice, but he was a full practice today, which tells me that they were just being careful. We don't have specifics, but I think he'll be okay. I am being cautiously optimistic with him. Samaje Perine will be fine. DeAndre Swift popped up with a new injury, a hip injury, but I think he plays. And then Jaylen Warren popped up with a new injury that we didn't hear about until today, or really yesterday. But remember, this game is in Dublin, Ireland. I'm pretty sure it's early Sunday morning. So we have to be careful with this. I expect this team to really struggle as Brian Flores and the Minnesota Vikings bring the heat. So be very careful with the Steelers this week. I expect DK Metcalf to struggle. Jonnu Smith's banged up with an injury. I expect Jaylen Warren to probably struggle. Aaron Rodgers is probably going to struggle. So be careful with the Steelers, offensively at least. Josh Jacobs is fine. Bashal Tutin will be fine with his shoulder. And Khalil Mullings, who is the rookie running back for the Titans, was placed on IR today with probably a high ankle. They are about to get Tajay Spears off. So you have about another couple days to a week before Tony Pollard loses some touches to Tajay Spears, so your sell window high is going to be back. Will Shipley should be ready to return with his oblique strain, despite Saquon struggling. Maybe he becomes more relevant. Jadon Blue probably not going to be activated based on some comments earlier. CeeDee Lamb, I expected him to miss this week with his high ankle, probably misses at least one more week, and then we'll go from there. Mike Evans out with his hamstring, probably another week or two. And Terry McLaurin, probably the same. A quad strain, possible small sports hernia. Not having surgery now, but probably going to miss at least 1 to 2 more weeks. Deebo Samuel and Zach Ertz will probably be the primary beneficiaries there. Nico Collins banged up with a knee, but I'm not overly concerned. He could potentially break out this week. Malik Neighbors will be playing. He probably has a mild AC sprain, not overly concerning. He's just not much for practice. He will get back and start the debut in the career off right with Jackson Dart, as will Cam Scatabo. As far as Devontae Adams, he's dealing with a hamstring tweak. Did not practice yesterday or Wednesday, probably being smart with the veteran. He is expected to play, but you have to be careful. This is probably going to boost up Puka even higher if that is possible. And Blake Corum has a sneaky matchup because he's really better, much better with the type of scheme that his opponent is facing this week. Tedero McMillan dealing with a calf injury. He will be good to go against the Patriots. They should get Christian Gonzalez back but the Patriots have struggled with their man matchups, and Tet actually thrives on them. So I expect him to have a pretty good game despite this mild calf injury. I'm not super concerned about it. Ricky Pearsall, a minor knee injury, not overly concerning. Jawan Jennings has not practiced yet. I haven't seen the update today because it hasn't come out yet, but he hasn't practiced at all this week, and he didn't practice at all last week. But this is likely more of an ankle injury. My guess is a high ankle, or at least a bad medial ankle, inner ankle, but they haven't given us anything, and I don't really trust them right now because of this. So I expect Ricky Pearsall to be the primary guy besides Christian McCaffrey. They don't have Jordan Watkins with a calf injury coming off of his high ankle. Alec Pierce is out with his concussion. Zay Jones missed last night without concussion, and Cedric Tillman will be fine with his hand and hip injuries. Devon Valley and Trey Palmer will probably be fine with theirs for the New Orleans Saints. Emeka Abuka will be good. He should be healthier than last week. I speculated yesterday that I have some concerns about Brian Thomas Jr. potentially dealing with a TFCC sprain or maybe partial tear. Hopefully they can get him going and he can power through this injury. If you paid for what I paid for him, and I have him on most of my leagues, you can't sell low for him. So just ride the wave for another week or two, and then we'll make our decisions. Xavier Worthy is making his Reed debut. Hopefully he can last more than a couple plays. I have significant concerns about Reed dislocation, but if he's on the field, he is going to be utilized. They need him to bridge the gap between now and when Rashee Rice comes back. So if he's on the field, you pretty much have to assume that they're going to use him, although I have significant concerns about re-injury. You're going to have to roll the dice and almost like a flex play. Chris Godwin is going to make his season debut. Remember, they don't have Mike Evans, so Emeka's probably going to slide out wide, and Godwin's probably going to go in the slot. He might not look like himself for a good month, but the fact that he's going to be out there, maybe he gives you a floor of 6 to 8 to 10 fantasy points, just depending on how he does. But I do expect him out there this week. Josh Downs will be fine. Ladd McConkey with that biceps should be healthier by the dip on Ladd, as his metrics are absolutely bananas, and they are throwing at the highest rate in the NFL. The talent and the youth will win out. He is there. Buy low on Ladd. Jalen Waddle dealing with that shoulder. He'll be fine for Monday night. Darnell Mooney, good to go. Wandell will be fine. Noah Brown is out. Jordan Watkins and Xavier Legette are out. Christian Kirk should be better. Casey Washington returning. We will see Josh Reynolds return for the Jets on Monday night. And then finishing up strong with tight ends. Colson Loveland missed the first 2 days of practice, which tells me it's a little bit more than mild, but was able to return in a limited capacity today, which tells me he's probably on track to play, but I don't particularly trust him this week, especially with how much they spread the ball, but I think he probably plays. Michael Mayer, the Vegas Raiders tight end, is out with a concussion. Noah Fant, haven't seen an update on him yet for the Bengals, also with a concussion. David Njoku, because Monday night. David Njoku should be fine with his knee. Tucker Kraft with his knee and his elbow, not quite 100%, and still a little limited, but he'll be better than last week. Ja'Tavion Sanders is going to be out with his high ankle. Cole Kmet, no concerns. Theo Johnson and Hunter Henry, no concerns. Pitts is 100%. Tyler Warren probably better than last week, so maybe we go back and buy the dip. Evan Ingram finally practiced and is trending in the right direction for week 4. Brock Bowers should be closer to 100%, but still has a little bit of a dip, so keep cognizant of that. Dallas Goedert should be closer to 100%. Isaiah likely could make his debut from his foot fracture. We'll probably see it. And then finally, Darren Waller could make his season debut on Monday night. Limit expectations.